How's on there, sugar mama?
Oh, Jesus Christ. There we go. Alright, everybody. Alright, everyone. Welcome to Legends of the Silver Sands. New campaign I'm filming because I hate myself. Got us a new crew this time around. New crew of idiots who are already testing my patience. Hey, why don't we go around and introduce ourselves to all the people? Why don't we go ahead and do that?
Sure, why not? I'll go first.
Yeah.
What's up? I'm Hedgemon. They're the ones that are, they're contemplating buying a muzzle for me so I can, maintain, what's it called? Monetization? Anyway.
Sadly, YouTube does not appreciate yiffing.
It's in the mail.
Anyway, I think next up is what?
Yeah, we're all adults.
Let me pull this up. Hello, I am Tanner. 6'3", more jacked than Wolverine, jaw like the iceberg that sunk the Titanic, and a Pisces, if you believe in that bullshit. Yeah, so there's my throwing out that up. Who's next?
Do you have like your Facebook bio like just right there?
Shit, okay, I'll go next.
No, I wrote that down.
I'll go next. Just give me a second. I gotta pull up my Indeed resume. Hello. My name is Vander. I've been working as machine operator for a year. Before that, I was customer service representative.
Oh no!
I'm a regular of Cargo's, so happy to be here. I'm happy to ruin another one of his campaigns.
Oh, this is a drinking night. It's a drinking night, isn't it? Alright.
I'm already halfway through a bottle of wine. You can't stop me.
I'm so painfully aware.
Pug, get all of them. You got this.
Hi, I'm Pug the Magician. I'm an Australian, if you haven't heard the accent. Do not come at me with bloody Crocodile Dundee things, because we don't call them shoot here.
Damn it! You're taking half of the comedy out of my half of it, damn it!
Don't worry, I'll spam the Discord with nothing but bluey memes.
Oh my gosh. This is already off to it. This is a train wreck.
It's a beautiful train wreck, though.
I can't look. I can't look away.
Our goal is to break Cargo so thoroughly.
We're already on our way.
Oh shit! I think we all cussed within the first 30 seconds. So much monetization.
Story begins in the land of Chande'kaar, a land of vast, sweeping, silvery deserts illuminated not by a sun, but by the pale light of 5 separate moons and 1,000 stars twinkling overhead in a black, endless void. It is a wide and varied and vast land of soaring mountaintops, of treacherous wetlands, thick, misty jungles, and harsh badlands and cratered badlands and canyons. But we start our story on the coast, specifically on the Zul'Amar Bay, off the coast of the Dream Sea, in a small town. Well, not small, but not small at all. What am I talking about? A bustling port city by the name of Santa Morgana, in the Republic of the Holy Dragon Empire, a foreigner to these lands, and only present for the last 6 or so years. as compared to everywhere else, they are remarkably advanced as a people. The docks here are soaked with both steam and seawater, as the great submersibles and fishing vessels of their day bob in the silent, dark waters, as the cantinas, normally dormant all the time, more dormant during the day, and their homelands are well lit at all times at night, filled with music, with laughter, with the sounds of merrymaking, of food, of friendships being made and fortunes being lost. Dragonborn and humans, a rarity in these lands, the both of them, unheard of until their arrival recently, walk the streets, walk the cobbled roads with great vigor in their step. For tonight is the third day in a month-long festival referred to. It's in my notes. I don't speak Spanish.
Mean.
And I'm sure someone's gonna get mad at me. El Paso de la Moneda, a merchants' festival from people all over Chande'kaar.
That's not a real word.
Sorry.
God damn it. Where merchants from all over travel to Santa Morgana to peddle their wares, to see the newest that there is, to be had, to be bought and sold, to earn or lose a fortune. And on a smaller note, see the other aspect of the Holy Dragon Empire, which is fairly unusual for this land as well. The open mingling of dragons, true dragons, with the mortal races. Unabashed and unashamed. Not afraid. And unbothered. As the revels have gone on for the evening. And as much as an evening as there can be when there is no sun, our story begins at the docks. A series of live fire demonstrations for the various black powder powered weaponry that these strange visitors to Chande'kaar have brought with them. Most people have had the fortunate foresight to bring earmuffs to the event. Those who are not fortunate did not have that foresight are quickly being scalped for earmuffs as they're entering into the weapon demonstration area of the festival. There are weapons of all kinds here you can find. Swords, axes, chainsaw varieties of both of those if you really wanted to find it. Whips that turn into swords, whips that turn into canes that turn back into whips, buzzsaw launchers, things that launch light lampposts at hundreds of miles an hour that are handheld. Like, it's everywhere. There's anything that a little warmonger could ever possibly want could be found here for a price, for an exorbitant price. But where we presently find ourselves is at the docks, where a very enthusiastic human man in blonde, kind of very enthusiastic blonde human gentleman in a war kilt, with like armored greaves and like one kind of like spalder going down the side, is enthusiastically gesturing at the crowd and at what can only be described as a monstrous cannon comprising of 3 barrels that have been artistically shaped into the form of open dragon's mouth. In the bay itself, on floating sort of pontoons, I think that's the term, a number of dragons of metallic colors kind of lays across the water, watching the festivities and occasionally sending up exhalations of ice or lightning or fire as they see fit and as they communicate. Either disapproval or approval or what have you for the goings-on. In the crowd at this demonstration, unique amongst the festival goers is a dwarf. Garik, if you'd like to describe yourself, please.
There is a dwarf. Standing at fairly respectable for a dwarf, about 4'6". He's got fiery red hair that you see it kind of goes from his top. It kind of gets covered by weird metal over his head, but you see it quickly appears back again from out underneath what almost looks like a half helmet. And his large red beard in front of him, as you see that there are some burn scars on his face, as well as you do notice that his arms and legs are covered in what appears to be like scale mail, but seems almost like it stops at about his upper forearms, wearing a dark brown cloak, trying to blend in with the crowd at least a little bit.
Certainly. And as you're doing that, the whispers of all the majority dragonborn and human, but a fair amount of the jungle elves, a few of the drow, even a few small folk wrapped up in dark linens and sort of waiting at the edge of at the front of the crowd, peering over the brick walls at this ship, waiting for the demonstration. As around you, Garik, you hear these people like, what number is he on? As you hear a couple humans next to each other going, what number is he on this time? Oh, it is the 4th prototype. What happened to the other 3? I think this is his last chance with the Admiralty. After he sank 3 ships on accident, I mean, he's lucky he hasn't been discharged. As you're standing there kind of listening, and there's another crew of people, looks like one of the Shardborn, a person constructed almost entirely out of gemstone, with a couple of like stone places where the joints would be. Seems to be walking next to a tabaxi, and as they both kind of look and just like rather loudly, both of them, like, you just kind of hear the tabaxi go, "Why did we need to get earphones again?"
Gary's gonna smile and chuckle a little bit as the metal that's on his head is also covering his ears.
Right.
As he kind of looks around to the other people.
Yeah. And meanwhile,
just kind of chuckling to himself.
Yeah. And meanwhile, at the top of this platform, this man is like trying. You can't really hear him because there's a lot of people talking, and he's trying to like work the crowd and get. Everyone's just sort of like gathered because that's a big cannon. He doesn't need to do the crowd work. There's a lot of people that are looking at a giant golden cannon with rubies and gemstones on it.
Bitches love cannons.
And
You're gonna have to do a lot of editing.
No. no,
I take nighttime walks.
we're past the point where we're past that. We're past the point. I don't care. Where as you're watching, a couple of the dragons kind of move a little closer as these as the this is gonna be bad. As the gentleman is like, yes, come on, come closer. No, I promise you, madam, it's not pointed at you, and it will never be, hopefully, as long as you don't anger the Admiralty, hopefully, in the future. Come, please. Now, this is the latest invention of Shim firearms engineering. A true marvel of war making. This is the first stable rotary gun. The first stable rotary cannon powered by crank power and preloaded with elemental ammunition. See the elegant design. Witness the beauty of the sturdy construction. And if I could just have a volunteer, bear witness to the destructive potential. Now I know all you wealthy gents and lasses out there would love to have one of these for home defense. And we are working on miniaturized versions.
Garik's just gonna watch and is just so ready for this thing to explode.
As you hear the scoffing of the crowd, or people kind of genuinely like, that would be fun for home defense. Yeah. Fun for home defense. We wouldn't have a house left. But there wouldn't be anyone robbing us anymore, would there? You see like a fucking...
Cut it smooth, boar, and I nailed the neighbor's dog.
You s-
I've had that conversation with my father, I feel like.
You just fucking just see like a dragonborn smack like another dragonborn upside the back of the head, like at the front of the crowd, and just I just need a volunteer to take the shot. We've already set up targets. Come on now, don't be shy, don't be shy. And like as he does this,
Garik will walk forward and see if he can get a place of watching this thing explode.
and as you step forward, there must be some you see up in the rafters of the ship, or in the cross beams of the galleon he's on. It looks like a pale scaled monkey, like with a giant like crystal lens, just like waving, like moving it around the crowd like a spotlight, and they all just kind of center to you as you step forward. And Gilnock,
I didn't expect that to work. I
guess
guess I'm firing a cannon.
yes, you are. Come on now. What's your name? What's your name for everyone to hear?
Garik.
There's a smattering of like, you know, polite applause amongst everyone there. But you distinctly hear that hear a pair of halflings, and a gnome in the front just go, 30 gold says he blows his hand off. 50 says he takes the whole top. Ooh.
Oh, what have I gotten myself into? Oh, okay.
Get in on the action.
You said he's out on a ship, right?
Yeah. Oh, like it's moored.
Okay.
Anchored.
He'll start approaching.
Alright, now. And just like, he does not wait for you to get onto the gangplank. He rushes down it and just, alright, come on, that's it, lad, thank you. Oh, dwarf. You're far from home, aren't you?
Yes, a little bit. Interesting design you have, at least. What is it? Do you load multiple projectiles, or is it loaded from the top or the side?
And so he kind of like grins as he points to a series of very large burlap sacks on the ground. that
Oh.
have a series of large shells coming out of them on a chain. It's belt fed. As he's like,
Interesting.
he's kind of giving you this look, you see his eye just give the smallest little twitch.
Cool. So I assume one of us will be firing, the other will be rotating. I'm guessing, yes.
Oh, once you start rotating, it starts going. Go on, step on the platform, come on now. As he's like, arm around your shoulder, trying to like get you to get on the thing. Like,
okay, just give me a second, fine. As he goes under the rotor.
he sets you up on like a platform that looks like it was built into the middle of this like galleon, this metal platform that rotates in place, almost, because it's definitely different in like a metal frame from the rest of his ship. And as he does so, he kind of like without waiting, just kind of like grabs a pair of like leather straps with like buckles on them and quickly like does it around your waist here and fucking clips you in the back and says, all right, you gotta hold it, you gotta just move the cannon a little bit, either left to right, and he like points at a pair of like grips, like a pair of like grip, like one grip in the front, and then there's what looks like a pepper crank on the side of it.
Saw the crank and then aim it with this, right?
Yes, yeah, you got it. You understand? Yeah, you pull it down. You pull it down. It aims up. You pull it up. It aims down. And then this. And then, yeah.
Is there a target, or are we just hoping it doesn't explode?
Oh, it's not gonna explode. At least not in this direction.
He takes a look at the cannon. He wants to. Is he right? Is he right?
Roll an investigation for me, real quick, my guy.
Oh. Let's see. Normal. 18.
With an 18 investigation. You get it, like, you're quickly looking at all the welds and all the, everything that would be made and put into this thing. It doesn't, you see that there are actual mechanisms in place to prevent it from going too far to the left. Mm-hmm. Like, that have been added in the last, like, probably, like, hour or so, judging by, like, how the welds are still dirty. And you realize that looking at that, it stops the cannon from pointing at the crowd. So it can't go too far to the left. But it has basically unlimited range on the right. That being said, it looks like the cannon itself isn't of any significant concern, no. Like, everything looks like it's fine. Nothing immediately jumps out at you.
Okay. He's gonna take the crank. He's gonna just aim it forward into the dark water.
When you see the balloons, blow them out of the sky. The cannon will do the rest of the work once you start cranking.
Okay.
You tell me when. Just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. You tell me when. As he reaches like a carny, reaches for like a crank on the floor, like a lever on the floor, and like pulls like a pistol off of his belt. Like, you let me know when.
Okay. Is he like readies and is waiting for these?
He's waiting for you. He's waiting for you. He's waiting for you to say when you're fucking ready to go.
Oh, Paul, I guess.
Wow, he's so certain he turned country.
And here you go.
I gotta be struggling with accents, brother.
That's fine. And here we go. yanks the lever, shoots the gun. It's a flare gun, as it turns out. Almost as soon as, like, he pulls, you see there are these, big, like, target balloons that are kind of flying in the sky. Maybe 300, 400 feet away. That have been lit up with some sort of magic to be, like, red and blue and green and red. There's about 10, 15 of them.
Okay.
You have a few seconds to take that in before you feel the platform under you get hot. And you start rising 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet, 60 feet into the air.
This is good. Oh, no.
And just fire from below. Please do me a solid if you're shooting. Please, just roll me.
Don't worry, I think he's doing a solid too.
Roll me. You don't have this on your sheet, so go ahead and just roll me. Roll me like 5 d20s.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
I don't know what it does, but I want it.
Okay. All right. So.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
No. So Hedgemon, you got that backup character ready?
Nah, if shit starts to get bad, he's going to try something and probably fail.
So each one of these is a group. So each one of those d20s is a group of balloons, right? And you start cranking, and it's a good thing he buckled you in because the whole platform fucking pitches.
Oh, no.
As multicolored streaks of light fly out of the end of this cannon in triplicate, and then split again and lance towards these balloons. You hit maybe one of them, and it too explodes into what looks like fireworks, right? There's initial ooh and ah from the crowd as you kind of go, and now the crank is going, and it's just in spite of you.
Oh,
So the first grasp is to grab the crank and go back to controlling it as better you can, and you start actually doing the thing. You actually start putting some fucking lead downstream, right? Like, you start nailing these balloons and fucking targets are flying everywhere. There's bits of cloth and this, and you hear the oohs and the ahs from the thing below. The dragons are roaring. And everything seems like it's going okay.
Oh no.
Could you roll me a D100, please?
Oh, no.
Oh no, boo.
All these
Oh,
screaming
no.
Oh.
Oh, you never know. It might be channel divinity rules. Low might be good.
And that's when you hear it. The
I
heavy,
appreciate your optimism.
the heavy clanking. That it's incongruous with the sound of the explosions. And you look, and every time that the barrel comes back around, the one at the top, you see it's shaking in the you see it is shaking violently. In the thing. You're still at this point, now you're going, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, and you're trying to slow go ahead.
So this might be a little bit stupid, but can I? So he has on his back, he has a what appears to be a like a long stick with like metal bits in it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's hung on one side of his back. On the other side of his back, there is a what appears to be like a mechanical owl, right?
Okay.
As it hops out of his back, and he looks at it and goes, and he kind of like looks very desperately at the cannon that's shaking, and he tries to use his homunculus to cast mending on the cannon just long enough so it doesn't blow him up.
You know mending takes 10 minutes, right?
Oh, it's 1 minute.
Sure. Oh, no, it's
No.
1 minute? Okay.
Yeah, it's 1
10
minute.
rounds.
So with that, and you going, no, cast it, please, you end up missing a majority of the rest of the targets.
Better than dead.
And
Agreed.
as your owl is quickly like, fuck, like trying to like channel the mending, and like, you see what the problem is. It wasn't the welds. It wasn't the welds at all that were the problem with this. She realized about halfway through that barrel isn't attached to anything.
Nice.
There's no welds. There's no welds the fuck at all.
He's just sitting there like, please let me live. Please let me live so I can stick his ass.
And you hear Gilnook just cackling at the bottom. Look at him go, ladies, gentlemen, the whole time. As after a minute, the bag of holding with the ammo coming out of it just kind of spits out the last of these big, heavy, like, belt pieces off into the water, and just as it freezes over a little bit. Apparently you fired a cold round off, grounded cold damage off. And there is, to the sound of cheering and clapping from below, as the other balloons sort of cease lighting up, and eventually the platform starts to go back down.
As soon as it's down, he's already trying to get out of his straps.
And, like, Gilnook does not help you out of your straps. The whole time he's like, ladies and gentlemen, the power of the amazing power of the rotary cannon from Gilnook Firearms Industries could be yours for the low price of 15,000 gold.
At that point, he's like, this guy's ripping people off. He was gonna stay quiet before. He's like, you know, it's still in progress, you know? As long as he's testing it, it's fine. But no, if he's trying to sell it, the bloody barrel wasn't attached.
What? Oof. He's got jokes. Who says dwarves don't have a sense of humor?
He points at the barrel, and he goes, and is the barrel hot? Doesn't matter. He has
It's
no
still-
It wasn't
it's-
attached. It wasn't firing anything.
It wasn't it was firing.
Oh shit.
He literally tries to take the barrel and just push it, and just to show that it's not.
Into the bay.
It's not attached. You nearly killed me.
Well, this is, it is experimental, this is just a demonstration.
Didn't say that. Don't sell if it's going to break.
There was at first cheering, then there's people, like, putting money away, then there's Gilnook looking at you like, oh, no, it's fine. No, that's part of the design. Right? It's a breakaway barrel.
Oh, it's supposed to break.
It's supposed
You're
to break
lucky.
away in the case of an
Hey,
emergency.
Sinead.
You could, listen, with like a fucking 6 deception, he's not fooling the crowd either. You
Garik looks up at him. You are a disgrace. You know, you're lucky, because if it was anybody else up there, they would have died. You're lucky. I'm an artificer too. I know how to make shit. How to fix shit. I fixed your cannon while I was up there. You're lucky I didn't die. As he reaches out towards him and he wants to shocking grasp.
Go ahead.
Specify non-lethal.
Go ahead.
Please
Go
specify
ahead.
Non-lethal.
non-lethal.
Go ahead,
Non-lethal.
go
He's
ahead.
not looking to kill him.
Go ahead and roll for it.
It's, let's see. I get +6.
Oh my god.
He's like, ladies and gentlemen, clearly he doesn't have quite the constitution I thought he did. Thought that.
1 damage.
He just doesn't fight it. That's assault! That's assault, that is! I want this much.
You didn't kill me.
Guards! Guards! And like you look over and there's a pair of just like dragonborn and like it's a dragonborn and a human just looking at each other like.
I did it last time.
He just and spits on his feet. Disgrace!
And
As
like,
he just marches off the moored dock.
and like, so here's the thing: as you're like marching away, and people are, there's a couple people that are like, "You okay?" Like, you're passing by, and just a dragonborn and a just a dragonborn and a human both stop you. Like, are you alright? Any injuries? Did you get hurt?
Only thing that was wounded was my respect for the trade.
Understandable, Mr. Gilnock. Is this your ship? Aye, it is! And you look and you see that, like, behind them by, like, 10 feet is the same exact fucking guy who looks visibly pissed. Like, perfect face and everything. What? Who's on my fucking ship? Why does he look like me? That's not supposed to be demoed for 6 months! What the? I'm gonna rip you the fuck apart! And like, there's... Now the guards are holding him back. That guy, oh, gotta fucking go. And he dives off the boat. As the entire crowd devolves into both chaos and amusement. As the kobolds that were on top of the mast slowly make their way down using their tails. You're free to do what you want to do, boss.
He just looks up, shakes his head. You see in his scale armor, he kind of peels it back a little bit, takes out a flask from his chest, pops it. Oh, 1 drink after that ain't gonna be so bad. Takes a swig, puts it back in. Oh, I'm fine. Bar. I need a bar. I think he waddles off and tries to find the nearest alcoholic establishment.
What's your fucking... Okay. So as you're, like, going there, you just kind of, like, following the crowd of people that are, like, you know, you get the sense that they kind of know where alcohol is. You find a stand.
That kind of crowd, yeah.
Yeah, you find a stand pretty quickly that seems to be selling what is a novelty which is kind of a novelty and is really only in this area. Mead. You've heard it's essentially honey wine. Essentially what you've heard. And because it's a festival, they are giving out free samples.
Oh, this is gonna be great. He walks up. I imagine his head is like, all he can see is like the top part of his forehead on the counter. As he kind of like puts his hand up, just a free sample, if you don't mind. I nearly died tonight. I'd like to enjoy it at least a little bit.
And there's just The dragonborn behind the counter just like kind of like cleaning one of the smaller sort of wooden bowls, just kind of looks at you, looks up at the ship, which is now crawling with people. about maybe 100 or so feet away, and just like, oh yeah, you the one on the boat?
Yes, unfortunately.
Man,
He's a con man. Don't buy anything from him.
No, he's not a con man. He's just he's a revolutionary. He's had people for the last 20, 40 years trying to sabotage him. Bless you.
Sorry, thank you.
It's
No.
sabotage.
Yeah. He invented a lot of the bombards, Drake fire. Seems like his latest invention. No, there's somebody looking like him that showed somebody looking like him that's been fucking with his shit.
Oh. Well, maybe I should take back what I said, but
He's
I was worked
understandable. He said things
considering he strapped me into machine and he almost died. Quite angry.
He's understandable. Here. Don't worry about the sample. As he like produces like a drinking horn, just on the house.
Oh, thank you.
You look like you need it.
You have no idea. Thank you, though. I very much appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And how big is this sample? Is it like a proper cup?
It's a proper drinking horn.
I gotta say, he just starts walking with it.
Yeah. There's a sensation of your mood turning upwards as you start to feel warm and slightly drunk. Not quite there.
This is it. I mean, if I were to drink anymore, my amazing genius would be lost to the world, but I'm not an alcoholic, I promise.
This.
Wait.
I can stop whenever I want.
And you just look, and if you like.
Exactly. Voice
She's-
in my head.
Well, there's a very low sort of rumble to your right. Out on the water that comes from maybe 10 feet away.
He'll look towards it, see what's going on.
There, just rising above the wall, is a massive blue reptilian eye and a white skull.
Oh. Hello.
Just... I take it you do not speak the tongue.
Which tongue?
Do you speak Draconic?
I do.
Oh, then... Shit, then you would have recognized this. Was him just... And what sort of genius would that be?
Excuse me.
The echoing laughter just fucking got me. I'm sorry. You said that you had a sort of genius, and I find myself curious.
Oh, well, I mean, I was working on these, and he'll like pull it off his back. It's a what's it called? Caliber. So like essentially a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
I built this one myself, and he'll like attach it back, and you see it's got like a clamp on the back that kind of like grabs it, and that's where it hangs off of his shoulder.
Right.
And I mean and he'll use his arcane armor, and almost like a Star Killer, a mask will appear across his face and like clamp shut and then open up again. I have a few projects that I've done over the years.
Intriguing. And you do not ply your trade because
Well, that's personal.
I suppose you're allowed your secrets. A moment. As this white dragon just sort of dips its head back underneath the water. And like a second later, like a couple seconds later, a humanoid man just steps up in his place. Very pale, white hair, brilliant blue eyes, and sort of just like a very simple like white robe. I suppose it would be more respectful to speak in this form.
I mean, it didn't really matter to me, but
People were
it's more comfortable, I will admit.
People are staring.
Kind of looks around.
Were absolutely staring because dragons kind of keep to themselves a little bit. Like they talk to people, but like they normally don't engage individuals in conversation unless there's a reason.
Yeah. Kind of looks around. Yes, there's a bit of a crowd. Do you care? I mean,
A touch. You were brave to get on board that contraption.
well, I didn't know any better. But then again,
That's why
I'm always
it's brave.
curious. Oh. I was looking... The technology intrigued me. I wanted a closer look.
He's been working on that for years now, trying to perfect it. He was originally a six-barreled nightmare that shook the waters and scared off all the food.
I mean, other than the barrel, I mean, it worked fairly okay.
Yes, the first, and then it exploded 3 times.
Well, if he's dealing... Well, apparently, the barkeep, he kind of tosses, like, gestures up with his horn of alcohol. Apparently, the barkeep thinks he's being sabotaged, which would explain why the barrel was completely unattached.
Makes more sense than I'd like to admit. Gilnuck has a poor reputation for... Well, he has a poor reputation in the industry for being somewhat stingy with his pay.
Oh, yes, that would do it. I no longer feel sorry for him, but okay.
Nonetheless, you're in the business. And you're in the trade. Are you looking for work?
Well, consider I am looking for gold, so yes, I am.
There's a small bar, a cantina here on the waterfront, called El Cuerno. Meet me there towards the end of the night. I have a business proposition to discuss. If you'd be amenable.
All right. Assuming I can find it, I should be able to be there.
Look for the statue of the Santa Morgana and the cherub. You'll find it. It's just that way. And he kind of like points with a still clawed finger. Like just further down the walk, really.
Yeah.
Where you can see that there's a very tall sort of like there's a slightly like a little red tiled roof that rises above it with vines and flowers kind of growing off of it.
He'll nod slightly, and is there, if you'd be kind enough, is there a name that I might call you?
The one. He kind of just smiles and the one that I can give you is Pale Death.
Hail Death. Very well, Mr. Pale Death. Or however you prefer to be called. I'll meet you there.
Of course. Enjoy the festival.
Good day. He'll nod a little bit, kind of doing a bow, and accidentally spill like half of his meat out of his horn.
You like
He picks back up and looks and goes, "Shit,
you look back
that
up.
was free."
You look back up and I'm just gonna roll something real quick here. Okay.
Immediately loses interest.
Okay. You catch the barest like edge of like a white robe disappearing back over the wall.
Mm-hmm.
As he just jumps back in the water.
He just goes, "Bloop."
And like 30 feet out, there's a second or two, and then like the big draconic head comes back up, like looks around, sees you staring, slowly dips back down and goes away.
What dragon is it?
It is a silver dragon.
Oh shit, I thought mine.
Awesome.
You also notice that in his presence, your meat appears to have chilled significantly.
He kind of takes a sip. Oh, that's good. I need to hang around him more often. Free chilled booze? Hell yeah! As he starts making his way with a jaunt down to the cafe that he had mentioned.
Okay. It is going to take you a minute to get down there and just,
Of course.
a leisurely stroll. Alright. On to the next. Elsewhere, in a quieter section of the festival, not even really part of the festival, there stands a church. A chapel. Called the Chapel of the Eternal Heart. The massive sort of two halls on either side of it, forming almost a courtyard in the front, where very well-tended gardens sit in the dark, lit by lanterns, barely throwing up enough light to illuminate the stained glass that kind of looks down into the courtyard. The doors are open, as this is a church that is open at all times. Walking in for the first time in ages. This is a lone human man. Vale, if you'd like to describe your character.
Oh shit.
Lovely.
And why they came here to get a cure for the plague.
Right? I know. I almost forgot that I was actually playing D&D.
Vander is kill.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, sitting in this dimmed area is a rather unassuming gentleman with a paler skin. Human nature, obviously, in case he's not from around here. But despite that, has an air of familiarity about the area. Hair that's coarse and unkempt, that depending on the light can either be blonde or a faint reddish orange. I would assume probably since a deserty area, hoods aren't too uncommon, so a multi-layered hood pulled over to keep sand out whenever the wind blows up out of his eyes. And to the trained eye, just hidden underneath multiple layers of cloth is, I would describe it as like a brigandine, but, mechanically scale mail. It has an assortment of items upon him, and he almost looks like a nomad, carries everything with him wherever he goes. In particular, a clearly modified longsword at his side, with an almost extended handle, almost like a short spear with the instead of like a dagger's blade, it's a long sword on the end. But other than that, he keeps to himself, quiet, almost contemplative look on his face, as he just sits there with a undrunk glass of water in front of him.
In the darkness of the church, really only illuminated from within by these hanging lanterns on chains from the ceiling, your things are still. You are far from the noise of the festival, far from the merrymaking, far from the drinking, from the partying, in so many words. Here, you are in solitude, it seems. The shadows beneath the column supporting the second floor of the church, revealing nothing. Only the ahead of you, past the altar, the massive stained glass collage of Santa Morgana. The last time...
Would I be familiar with the doctrine and the teachings of this faith?
Yeah, passingly familiar, considering Santa Morgana being the one of the mortals to give her life rather than to give her life in battle with dark forces rather than surrender the heart and rather than surrender the hearts of a number of dragons to evil, to be better than what had been before. You can roll a religion if you want more.
Sure. I'm good at that. No, I'm not.
It's been a while. Facts and these sorts of things, they slip and they slide. It's not that important anymore anyway. Supposedly, though you are familiar, so I'll give you advantage. Supposedly, Santa Morgana was the last person who knew where the other half of the faith of the Holy Empire, the heart of peace, Orlin, the Peacebringer, the evidence that all good things live on in dragons, where she was hidden. Supposedly she died at the hands of devils and demons rather than divulge that secret. Was sainted posthumously. Here in the darkness, it's been a long time since you sat in this church. The last time, so many years ago, things have changed. The air is different. The people are different. An old army friend of yours has agreed to meet you here, and he's judging by the lateness of the hour, judging by the clock above the confessional. Now what was once something that was a talking point seems to be in all the stores and shops that you passed on the way in. Seems to indicate that it is an hour past 2 a.m. He's late. Maybe you got help out. From the darkness, he's like an hour late.
It's probably like a mix of anxious tapping on his foot with an almost like a confliction of relief and anxiety coursing through him. He's not a fan of his past in the military, but it's an important meeting. He'd rather just get it done with.
In the darkness, as you sit there, you become... What's your passive perception?
13. Could be worse. Could be better.
You become aware of footsteps and the light of a single candle kind of swimming out of one of the other wings as the form of a priest holding a candle, a human priest, bald, middle-aged, maybe olive skin, just kind of appears out of the corner of your eye and takes notice and begins a slow path making his way towards you. You don't recognize him. Was there something that you needed, my son? It's very late for anyone to be in the church. Are you hurt?
Just snap back to the real world. Just. Sorry. No. Just waiting for someone.
Are you hurt or injured?
No.
Sleeping anything off?
No, just like I said, waiting for a friend. Figured this place would be quiet. I like the quiet.
It is quiet.
Yes. Then I'll almost lean forward a little bit. Am I taking up space so I can move?
No,
maybe?
you're the only one here. You're not. It's open to the public. Nobody really comes in at this point of the night. I'm the only one. I am the only priest here at the moment.
I see. If I'm imposing, please just let me know and I'll...
No. Are you quite sure you're alright? You seem troubled.
Nervous is all. Just...
Well,
old memories clouding current thoughts.
those are old memories are the hardest things to defeat.
I would just nod silently. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I will not bother you if you wish to be left in solitude, but I will be doing the rounds. So, if you need anything, do not hesitate to stop me or seek me out. I am Father Nico.
Nico?
Yeah. You will note this is not the same priest from the last time you were here.
No. Once more, just nod silently. Kind of just playing with the ends of a scarf that's almost it's clearly supposed to be a pale gray, but it's almost stained soot black. The ends are lightly charred.
And he kind of claps you on the shoulder and makes his way back.
Before you go, it's been a while since I've lived here. I don't recognize you. I'm more familiar with the old priest. Did something happen to them?
Mother Theteria? No, she... From what you remember, a bronze dragonborn woman. She became a wandering priest for the church on this stipend from His Holiness. Shame.
In that case, I have a question. I guess you can answer.
Of course.
Would there ever be something that would prevent one from the grace of Santa Morgana?
Only if they had treachery in their heart for the fellow man and greed for themselves over the good of others. All is forgiven. All is forgiven in Orland's gaze, and all is punished in Dismar's fires. Okay.
Oh, silently not. My daughter is coming, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
You're crying, not dying.
As Pug punches his keyboard repeatedly.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Alright. In the darkness of the church, he looks at you, and it's dark in here, and the only way you can really see his face is from the light of his candle. He looks concerned, genuinely, because he's trying to like trying to find the words for it, and then to say it, and then just sort of just like moves past you. And you hear him going about his business and doing his rounds, and 30 minutes passed, 45 minutes passed.
At a certain point, I'll kind of just get up. Just meander over to the door, just assuming they're not coming.
And like as you
Who is it that
meander
I was
over,
expecting to meet. Actually?
as you're meandering over, sir, we're here. Sir, we're here. I know that we are here. I was trying to get through here faster. As you look, and you see a black and gold dragonborn in full imperial officer's garb, like tight-fitting like black boots, like red sort of like red belted pants with armor on them, spalder like the epaulettes on the shoulders that are kind of moved a little bit to the side as the front of the coat is open. As you see that the long sort of horns that go behind his head have a specialized sort of cap on them. As you see, a dragonborn officer accompanied by a small 3 to 4 of the Imperial kobolds that seem to be one of them's holding an abacus, the other one's holding a sheet of paper, another one of them appears to be holding a black case that you might wonder what it's for until you realize that this dragonborn has a thick cigar that he just brings to his lips, and as you see your old friend Bjarne de Branche, who the last time you spoke, he was not an officer.
Repeat that name?
Bjarne de Branche.
Cool, my nickname for him was always Branch.
And as he looks up with a flask in one hand and like stomps out his cigar on the ground, reaches down, the kobold with the box opens it, he pulls out another cigar, goes to cut it. Paleface! Buenas noches, my friend!
Hey, Branch.
He doesn't
Good to see
hesitate.
you.
Why do you look like you got kicked in the balls by a dragon? Ah, come here! And he just like pulls you into just a giant bear hug as soon as he sees you.
I'll
We found him.
reciprocate.
Yeah.
I think I'd much rather have been kicked by a dragon.
Yeah, you look like that would do you some good right now for not even writing, no letters, nothing. Come on. What you been doing with yourself, huh?
Been a long couple years.
Clearly, that is not been nice to you. You look like shit.
Feel even worse, to be honest.
Hey.
What
Yeah.
kept you up though? You know, just
Yeah, that was
looking at
it.
the clock several hours late. Just a little late.
I had to deal with something down at the docks. Some compa decided he was going to impersonate one of the vendors and trying to get one of the only dwarves at the festival killed. So we had to try to find him. He jumped into the bay. The dragons had to fish him out. Turns out he's one of the guy's competitors and the former employee of the plant and yada yada yada. It's a whole big thing now.
Sounds like a bunch of drama.
Ah, it's stupid. I said to shoot the fucker and be on with our day, but hey, what do I know?
Everyone's entitled to a trial, at least according to Imperial law.
They are! Unfortunately. Sorry, my friend, for being so late. What is it? Now, you called me here for a reason. And that reason should at least include a drink. And something hearty, and something hearty that'll stick to the ribs. Huh? And he, like, slaps your stomach, like, a little too hard. Like...
I'm out of shape. A couple years.
Yeah, clearly you. Back in the army, that kept you back in the army. We gotta kept you running.
It's been peaceful at least, until it wasn't. Yeah, drinks. I can get you some drinks.
No. You are my guest. You'll drink with me. You'll drink on Imperial time. Yo, come on, alright, come on, you.
There's two things I say never to do for free: drink and shit.
It's not free. You're just not paying for it. All right, come on, you fucking monkeys. Let's go. As he like grabs one of the kobolds that's trying to like peek into the church, grabs him by the horn, and just fucking throws him in front of him. Come on.
Look at the kobold. Don't worry. This looking at the effigies and the statues. Nothing important in there, anyways.
Oh, okay. Yes, like Branch gives you this kind of like this little sideways glance and just.
What do you want to drink? More importantly, where?
There's a little place called El Cuernos. Nice little place run by this human puta that I go to sometimes. Good place, good booze.
I've heard some people talking about it during the festival.
Yeah, right now they're busy, but I gave us a table.
Hopefully in the corner. I don't have room in sight, you know?
Yes, in the corner, in the shadows, so you can be broody, yeah.
No, just... Get nervous if I can't see the whole room.
He just like stares at you as you're walking, like... I see you still paranoid as the day you left, huh? Yeah, you look weird without a cigar.
Well, moved out of the big city for a reason. Neighbors don't appreciate yelling at night. And all that.
Yeah, and imagine. So you here with where'd that girl you ended up marrying? The tiefling or something or other.
Tiefling, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of related to that, why I wanted to speak with you.
She found out you were fucking someone else.
No. God, no. Not that I would, even if I could. No, I was... And... I'll ask, when we get to the bar.
Alright, okay. Oh, Mr. Mysterious got his secrets. Okay. We go to the bar. We get dinner. And then we get drunk like old times.
I can use some alcohol, yeah.
You look like you use some alcohol. You could look like you could use a smile, too.
I don't think a smile could use me, though.
I would hope not. It's an expression. And that's you. As you all keep making your way away.
Look, listen, my charisma's my dumb stat. Wit is not his forte.
Don't worry, intelligence is his. As you make your way away, we go now to yet another part of the festival. The foodies' paradise at this festival. Los carros de carne. Or, if you understand the language, the meat carts. It is a 2-mile stretch of free food and samples that has been patrolled for the last 3 days by foodies from all over Chande'kaar. Everybody has come to try out every part of every animal that you can safely conceive being fried, as well as buying bigger portions of it, or buying the cured things are fried, things are fried, broiled, baked, fried twice and then fried again, melted, cooked, burned damn near black in a couple of cases. There's a whole tiefling barbecue pit in the center of the whole thing, where, much to some people's chagrin, a group of borderline naked tieflings are in a big pit dug in the ground, rubbing sauce all over what amounts to a 20-foot long hog that is being turned on a spit by a Goliath. It is a good fucking time. It smells amazing. It's a wonderful place overall to be. And thus we find, amidst these towering stalls, another more peculiar stall, tended to by of all things, a kobold. Kooki, if you'd like to describe your character and your stall, please.
So, Kooki is a blue kobold, 3 feet in height. He's wearing some armor, though it's a little ill-fitting. Might not have been made for him, and maybe it's from someone else. He is standing behind a stall that one thing that stands out is it's made of wood, which is a bit of a rarity around here. The front of the stall has written on there, Cookies Chaos Kebabs, but chaos is spelled with a K. With like a little bit of a small little aside at the bottom, and other things. Kooki, he's got a lot more pronounced horns and spines on his head and down his back. Looks a bit different from the Imperial kobolds that you might have seen around town. Doesn't have the monkey tail or anything like that. And his right hand, instead of being blue scaled like the rest of him, actually is gold in color, with the tips of his fingers being silver. A little bit odd. But what is especially unusual about his stall compared to the others is there's no fire. There is no fire anywhere near his stall. Might be because of the wood, might be just not how it cooks. But anyway, he whenever someone walks a little close to his stalls, he's always calling out, sort of like, "Hey, you want free sample? Free sample's good. Free sample is good. You got shush kebabs, you got danger snacks, you got mystery wraps. First sample free. You want more? Go ahead."
I would like you to know that while you were doing that, I had a mouthful of breakfast melt. I almost spat it into my goddamn lap. Go ahead and give me persuasion.
Oh my god, that.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we call in business an oof.
Oh boy.
Harassing people.
I can just imagine, like, he's coming off a way too intense right now.
Harassing people.
So here's the thing. There's a minotaur that starts to, like, kneel down and then decides it's too much effort and then just keeps walking. Because
Damn.
he's, like, 8 feet tall and he's like, oh, my knees. And then just keeps fucking... Right, and then he grabs and then, you know, you see that he grabs a whole rack of, like, maple bacon off of a shelf and just... you know.
Hey, come back! I said... Oh!
I love this mic cutting.
There is, all in all, give me a chef's tools check after the fact as well. Okay.
Why is it the ones?
You have Bloods active?
I've got guidance active. What the hell?
Damn.
14's not bad.
You eventually get some people you know, maybe not directly, but people you recognize as these small, entirely clad in black, faces kind of covered by hoods and masks. The small folk of the crater. Halflings. Gnomes. Other kobolds. People your level, they taste it. There's a general consensus of, it's alright. It's alright. Yeah. So a couple of them take the free samples and they buy 3 or 4 of the kebabs.
Whenever they ask, like, how much the kebabs are, you just go, like, 5.
Homie, you making this too easy.
Yes.
Okay. They go 5. They put down. So 3 people. So 3 of those halflings buy it in total. You end up with you buy a kebab a piece. You make 15 copper.
I knew it.
Nice.
Like they think they're gonna steal, but Cookie's just in his head, just going like, "Here, suckers! I just grabbed that off the floor." Just gonna look.
As they take their roasted rat and leave. You've already turned a profit.
Yeah.
Today is a good day. Or
My horde grows stronger, little by little.
as you look down at exactly your horde of exactly whatever goals you have, 3 chattering joke teeth, 1 rubber duck, and 2 coffee cups. Like underneath the sand or something. Business begins to slow down because people do have to sleep at some point, but that's when the night revelers come out. As the night revelers begin to come out and drunkenly bump into stands and grab things and get escorted away by guards or chased off by guards, or occasionally it's committed by the guards themselves. As you're there, there's a, "What this?" like right in your ear as you turn, and you see one of these pale, bug-eyed lizard monkeys leaning over the counter pointing down at the kebabs.
Oh, kebab. I was like, I'll just grab it. It's like, it's still like a little bit dripping with meat, and it just like goes shocking grasp on the metal handle just to cook it instantly. Just go like, see, fresh. You want to try?
He like
Genius, actually.
he takes it, samples it, Lester, and he reaches over your, like, after eating the sample, reaches over and grabs the remaining 5 or 6 kebabs you have left in one hand and walks away.
One table! No, like, I just immediately, like, that's the last food I've got. It's like, just fold up my, stall as best as I can. Just like,
Hey, roll me a D100 real quick.
Yep.
Okay. You know, it's a quick, you know, transformer noises, right? You get it done. Roll out.
Just fold that, strap it on my back, and just like chasing after this kobold, just going like, I need one sample!
And he she starts booking it down the road.
I was going like, yep, fuck this. I'm gonna
And like,
go point at him and cast command. It's just the command is stop. Like just grovel.
let me just is it stop or grovel?
Grovel.
What's your save?
14.
Immediately pitches forward, hears head hit the ground. Ah! The kebabs go flying forward as he immediately starts groveling. Ah! Wow!
Just ignore him. Just ignore him. Go towards the kebabs, and just go like, "Hey, I'm sure I can still sell this. You get one sample. Others pay."
There is a sound as you're yelling at the fucking thing as you're grabbing the kebabs off the ground and dusting a piece of like fucking chewing gum and paper off of fucking one of them. Like,
it's
still
worse
good.
These ones aren't cooked yet.
It's fine. And just like, Commander, one snack! And like points as like you hear the tramp of armored boots as a black and gold dragonborn with a cigar just kind of kneels down to your level.
Oh, badass.
Now, what are you doing to my kobold?
You're a big kobold. He took my stuff.
Number 2, did you take his stuff?
Fucking number to them?
What? They don't live long enough to have names. Did you take this nice man's things? You said you snack. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Here he is. Come on, stand up. Stop crying. You're okay. Brushes him off. I just want you to know, I'm not disappointed. I'm angry. You're fired. Now go find someone else to bother. Ah! It just like shoves him. It's like throws him into another cart. Hey.
Like, look at the big kobold and just go like, you want stack? You get one free. Others are 5.
I think I'm okay, considering those are dock rats.
Did you use a spell to cook those things?
Yeah, makes it like lightning makes everything better. You don't agree?
I've just personally never thought of using the spell in that manner. Shocking grasp, if you don't mind me asking, right?
Don't know. Got it from Dragon God. Makes my hands go spiky.
Try. I think I might be cooking it too fast. Try holding back a little bit on the amplitude and the voltage. Slower cook, it'll keep it.
But the black stuff gives it crunch.
Most people don't like that.
People too picky. Do you want to try? I hold back. I try to hold back.
Sure, how much?
First one free. Any more? 5. It's like try my best to hold back on the shocking grasp. What I'm holding.
Go ahead and just roll the damage for shocking grasp.
Max damage.
Hey.
Let's hold back.
Well, with enough, you do it. You cook the rat thoroughly enough that you get that, like, the smell of the meat, right? Without turning it black.
There you go. And I'll take it and look at Branch and like, you above rat?
He just takes it. You don't want it.
I've seen people eat scorpions as candy.
Mm-hmm.
So much food.
Oh, that's a danger sex.
You're scorpions.
Ran out, but that Scorpy popcorn.
Scorpion.
Every bite might be your last.
I mean, I won't lie, I've tried giant scorpion meat. It's not as bad as you think, actually quite sweet. It's actually not too dissimilar to crab.
This is a new fun thing I get to enter into my Google search history. Rude Spanish phrases.
Careful, you might get demonetized in Mexico.
I've run out of rats. You know where more rats are?
Madre es la puta.
We're in a coastal city, just go hunt some seagulls or something.
Just like, if I see a seagull, like a bird anywhere, I'm just go like, As soon as I see a bird of any description, I'm just shooting a lightning loogie at it.
Go ahead! Shoot a lightning loogie! Roll damage, please.
Please tell me to auto cooks. It's like Minecraft whenever you hit something with
There is a
fire,
colorful
changes
flash. There's a flash of green and red feathers,
Oh, that's a parrot.
and a second later, there is now a mass of dead green and red feathers on the ground. As a parrot flies off of somebody's shoulder and immediately dies.
I just immediately scurry over and so like, thanks! I hadn't tried bird
Whoa.
before.
Spawn camped.
As you look up into the horrified face of two dark elves and a dark elf child that looks like they're about to cry.
Oh no!
I was just gonna like,
We don't
you
know.
want a kebab? I was gonna like immediately shove a stick in there. Just go like, kebab!
Now,
We don't know him.
now Vale. You look to the right. You look to the right. You can read. Dragonborn faces are a little hard to read. Those you don't know. Branch's expression is one of somebody who knows they're on duty technically, and is trying really hard not to laugh. Yeah. Hold on.
I'm not gonna report you if you laugh.
I'm not worried about being reported. I'm gonna save. I got the safest life. Hold on. As he steps, as you see, like, as there's a pair of angry drow advancing on you. Before this big kobold steps in. Hey, oh yay! This man is my personal chef. You will be compensated for the
Poultry.
For the poultry. Thank you. We will be in touch. Just let me take him away and apologize for the inconvenience and sorry for your loss and all that. Blah de blah de blah. Look, we'll be in touch. Okay, bye. And he just like, puts both his hands on your back, like, fucking come on.
That's okay.
Both of you.
Here you are.
Both of you. It's just you shove a fucking rat and a stick into the girl's hands.
A parrot on a stick. Yeah, shove it into their hands and follow the big kobold.
They both look offended and like the girl's like just kind of sniffling as you just hear go, we can bring him back, right? Just like with Mr. Flaps. Yeah. Yes, we can. Just like with Mr. Flaps. They look just so pissed over at you guys. He just fucking away like. Yoji,
The realization that they're just gonna reanimate that bird and give it as a pet is just settling, and I'm like, right, drown.
I was imagining the dad just going to the nearest pet store. I need a green and red bird.
No.
I need green and red paint.
No. I don't know if Margo told anybody else the drow lore, but no. No, when she said, you can bring him back, right? No.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later.
That's what they're gonna do.
Yojo did a mucho, pinga. He's like pushing you along. Which, if you understand Draconic,
yeah, I do.
You fucked up, Dick.
Let's be honest here. I'm gonna be talking to Branch. They're gonna revive it once it's killed over.
I know, but I'm going to have to fill out paperwork for that anyway, so we might as well start the processing there.
Just avoid them. They probably won't remember you.
Besides, I'd rather not.
Just walk along oblivious, like,
yeah.
I'm a personal chef.
And he's just like, why? And he's just like, and plus, I'd rather not make one of them upset, because if I upset one of them, I upset the one that he works for.
Is the kobold joining us now?
Hello, I'm Kooki.
Hello, Kooki.
You're the kobold.
Fuck off, Vander.
Let's go look at the big kobold and go like, you must be like 5. Yeah, big.
What did you just say?
Cut out.
Yeah, you cut
Look at that.
Cut out real hard, my guy.
I was like, oh. You're a big kobold. You must be like 5.
I'm 42.
Oh. God. Like counting on fingers is like.
It's big.
So many generations before I get that big.
And Branch looks like he's no clue. No clue why, like, that's a big deal. And as you all, the trio of you now begin making your way. Let's take a quick 15-minute break, and I'll be back, and we'll be back soon. And I'm in.
Whee!
I killed some kid's pet.
So for context,
You
Drow
just killed some